What's up, everybody? It's Jairo from the Grind Fitness Training Systems, and welcome to another topic. So today we're going to talk about the lumbopelvic control. It's a fancy word of basically saying your lower back and your hips, okay? And how it affects combat power and injury prevention. So the first thing is the lumbopelvic region. It connects the lumbar spine, which is your lower back, L1 all the way to L5. It's actually a little bit to the mid back as well. And your pelvis. Why that's important is because it's the base of your support, which translates over to your movement transfer. So the stronger connection you have with the lumbar and the stronger you have connection with your hips, the stronger your base is, which in turn affects everything else when you do combat sports. So learning how to control the lumbar spine and the pelvis teaches you how to control it under load and fatigue. I don't know about you, but every combat sport, a lot of fatigue, a lot of stress. Okay, so I put 3 different examples here. One of them is posture under pressure. So the best example I can give you on that one would probably be like posturing when someone is in close guard, or someone's shooting for a triangle, or someone's trying to guillotine you when you take a double leg shot. That type of energy where you learn how to posture yourself up through your base. I don't know if anybody's ever trained with like a judo guy. I've trained with a bunch of judo white belts that come in and do jujitsu, but their base is so good because they learn how to throw people, and their base comes from their lower back and their hip. So stuff that normally would work on every other white belt doesn't work on them because you go to sweep them and their base is so strong it's almost impossible to sweep them. So that's one of the benefits of learning how to control and connect the strength of that section of the body. Another thing I put here is that it increases the force transfer from the ground up. Again, learning how to generate power from your toes all the way up to your hand all comes from the hip and the lower back. And then core stability when you're off balance. Someone's trying to take you down. You're in a single leg position. Someone has like a high single on you. And not only does that help with flexibility, but learning how to control the core, the lower back, and the hips is going to keep you from being able to be taken down. It's going to keep you to be able to control really bad positions and not be able to lose the advantage just because your core and your lower back and your hips are strong. Why is this crucial? So the combination of the lower back, which in turn also affects the core as well, and the hips is the foundation of the body. So think of it as a foundation to a house. You can build a house or build a building, but if it's got a crappy foundation, any type of stress on it is going to knock down the house or knock down the building. So the better you get at this and the stronger you get at this, the harder it is going to be for you to get knocked down. Now, when it comes to striking ability, so you're going to get an optimal hip rotation and spine alignment when striking. Goes back to that joint centration that we've talked about a few topics ago. When it comes to grappling, you're resisting pressure in a clinch and scrambling. So a good example with this, the last one is poor control, which equals power leaks and slow transition and increases your injury. So the best example that I could give you in MMA currently is Topuria. If you watch Topuria move, he looks strong everywhere. He looks strong standing. He looks strong in the scramble. And if you notice, he almost looks like a sprinter / wrestler. If you notice, he stands almost like where his butt is. He's got like very high glutes. His posture is very strong. Like he moves like pure alignment, and it's all lower back and hip control, which is what we're talking about. So signs that you're lacking it: if you have excessive lower back arching, difficult holding a strong base, you white belts out there, yeah, you got crappy base, which means you got crappy lower back and hip control. And then with the more advanced guys, you got lower back pain or hip tightness. So again, these are just signs that you're not doing the most efficient way of working your lumbar and working your hips. So when it comes to programming, you got to do things like dead bugs, slated bridges, or excuse me, not slated bridges, glute bridges, pelvic tilts. You got to do things like anti-extension, which are like planks. You got to do things like rotational lateral stability, which is rotationals this way, lateral side to side. So things like the Palloff press, single leg RDL. When it comes to dynamic integrations where you're learning how to program this, using all of this, you're going to be doing like suitcase carries, sled drags, one arm racked heavy kettlebell marches, things like that, where you're putting a lot of stability and stress on your lower back, your spine, your core, and moving with your hips in power. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope that helped. As always, make a message down below, shoot me a DM, get on a call with me, however you want to reach me. I'm always available. Thanks for watching. See you on the next topic.